You know, he's still behind the harvesters and income, but the army, you know, the army is in favor of, well, it's not really. It's about even, 83 though to 64. So, but there are a lot of mutas out, and you know, he's continuing to produce more. 7 more mutas on the way. So it looks like he is going to be committing to this muta ball, and there's just no photon cannons anywhere, and he's just going to kill even more probes. 19, 20, 22, 25, 26. There's just a ton of pros being killed, and this is not something that Morbis can afford because he's already behind in harvesters, and he just can't afford to be losing any harvesters right now. So pretty much right now, Morbis has to decide what to do, and you know, I think he should honestly just go and try and attack the Zerg player, because you know, he has a lot of mortars and zealots, which do a lot of damage to the Roach Zergling army that he has on the ground.
Yeah, I feel like this happens to me a lot, and even if you do put up turrets, even if you do put up cannons, it's really not enough. Once they get that really high volume of mutas running around your base, it's really, really hard to stop. And you do have Marines running around everywhere, stimming as much as you can, just like Morbis has the Stalkers kind of trying to defend his base best as possible. Once there's that giant wall of mutas and you can't really force them to fight, I just feel like all-inning is really the best option. And
yeah, well, here you do see that he is looking to push across the map. Emporio does see it. There's a pretty hefty army, you know, it's very, very strong. The army of Emporio is all spread out across the map. His mutas are not even with his main army, or should I say his mutas are his main army. And it looks like they're probably just going to force a base trade here. You know, Zergling's moving in, running in, and going to go attack the production facility. The mutas are kind of just sitting around, and this is not something that Emporio can afford to do, because these Stalkers and these Immortals just hit so hard that in a base trade scenario, this Protoss player will win. So, we'll see what happens here. These Roaches and Zerglings are sitting outside the base, not doing anything.
See, but look at this. Look at this giant ball of mutas. Like, this is the one thing that kind of frustrates me about the mutas at the moment is I feel, hey, you know, I need to push out, I need to do some damage, but these mutas are just back at my base killing stuff. And, you know, at this point we're base trading, and I don't mind base trading in my ladder games, that's fine, but this is a big risk for the Zerg player and for me trying to base trade. I feel like if you get caught in this situation, in this playstyle, the Zerg is forced to kind of sit over your base and make sure you come back. And if you don't, you know, it's really a large gamble to see.
Right now, like, the Protoss player made the mistake of bringing his Stalkers back. I think, honestly, at this point, he had lost the game already. He should have just went for a base trade, because his army is so much stronger. Maybe not in numbers, but stronger in damage, that his base trade would be much stronger than the Zerg's base trade. So
sure.
Now, he's forced the Zerg to pull his army back together, and his army is split up. So he could catch those Stalkers off guard, he could catch those Immortals and Zealots off guard, and he doesn't have any money, he doesn't have any production. There's Zerglings running around his base, just killing the shit all over the place, and there's just a huge ball of mutas that is just roaming around. So right now, Morbis needs to keep pushing, trying to kill all the buildings that he can, and Emporio he has a choice now. He can either kill the army, or he can just kill the base, and you know, either way will work, because of the fact that he has enough means to do either one. He has enough Zerglings that the DPS can destroy these buildings. You know, it's really, like, it's going to be really close right now, and this is something that Morbis should have decided earlier, because he has a strong army to base trade with, and, you know, like I said again, it's going to be very close, and I don't know who's going to win. I mean, even if we look at the army count, it's 78 to 58, but the Protoss does have +1 on these units. It will do crazy amounts of damage, and but it does look like the Zerg player is going to be able to win. You know, that one moment that Morbis decided to pull back his Stalkers to attack the units cost him that game. I honestly think he could have won this game if he would have kept pushing for the base trade.